and welcome to Tenno's Guide to the Codex. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, the Codex is in your front part of the orbiter. On the left, usually it has a Prex card of the newest Laverian, although for some reason it says Varuna and Varuna's not the newest Laverian, so who knows about what's going on there. So, the first section is all quests. This is where you'll find every quest in the game, the ones that you've done and not done. As you can see, from the Awakening quest, the first quest that you can do, well, that and do Very Paradox, all the way to Jade Shadow's quest, which is the latest in quests. So this is where you can click into a quest. Let's just go for this one for now, to avoid many spoilers. And you can see, you can get information about the quest that you've completed. For example, for the Awakening quest, it says quest complete. The Tenno, monument to an ancient warrior caste. For generations you've slept, no call to wake you until now. Also, from where you click into the quest, you can also access the cinematics for the quest, and you can also replay the quest. Some quests are replayable, like the Awakening, Rock Solaris, the Deadlock Protocol, the New War, and Jade Shadows. They're all replayable, but some aren't currently replayable. For example, War's Prize isn't replayable. Heart of Deimos isn't replayable. What else isn't replayable? I think most of them are replayable. The Glass Gambit also isn't replayable. Usually it takes an update or two for them to be replayable, but some just never became replayable, like the ones I've mentioned. I don't know if they're planning on making them replayable at some point, or they're kind of just leaving it, but it's there, I guess. The second section is Universe. This is the codex part of the codex, you could say. The encyclopedia of everything, basically. You've got companions, objects, relics and arcanes, weapons, warframes and vehicles, factions, Kuva Liches, Sisters of Parvos, mods, the art gallery and fragments. Let's start off with companions, shall we? In the companion section, you can observe all the companions accessible, including their weapons. These include sentinels, kubros, kavats, hounds, helmets, chargers, and mowers. A lot. Also, we can't forget Vulpafilers and Predacites. As you can see, you can tell whether you've got max rank with the companion, whether it's got the U symbol in the right corner of their icon. As you can see, I have max ranked with the Nautilus, but I haven't reached max rank yet with the Med-J Predacite. Okay, so next, objects. These are where you get resources and also miscellaneous things in the environment. For example, the arid blunt, the grenade shields that they just throw down to stop you from killing them, though it doesn't work. As you can see, it's split into 4 sections, all resources, item treasures, and miscellaneous. Resources are the resource containers for specific resources. For example, the neurotic mass, the resource containers for neurodes are here, but common corpus storage containers aren't. Even though they do give resources, they give a variety of resources instead of just one, which is why it isn't here. Next we've got item treasures. These are the funny little ornaments that you can put in your orbiter or turn into endo if you must. And it has the stars, including the amber star and the cyan star, and it has the base items such as the item AR sculpture, the Orta sculpture, the Piv sculpture, the Sa sculpture, and the Vaya sculpture. There are some items missing from this section, but they are also not scannable. These include, let me just get over to here, item treasures. These include the Anasa sculpture, the Hemakara sculpture, where is it? Equipment, orbiter, decorate. The Zembuka sculpture and the Zakitha sculpture. So those are the ones that you cannot find in the codex. So we're in objects right now. So yeah, next, miscellaneous. This is everything else, including fish, containers for resources that have an opportunity to drop more than one thing, items that you need to interact with for a mission or a bounty, like the bait station or the cascade bomb. Random objects in the environment, like the corpus stasis mine or the sensor bar. and of course the Curia, which tells you a story the more you scan different ones. Next, relics and arcanes. This is where you can see all the arcanes that you have and all the relics that you have. It will tell you what's in them and where you can get it from. Currently, Neo R1 is in the Prime Vault, so if you don't have it, you won't be able to get it until it comes back. Okay, next are the weapons. As you can see, the weapons are into 4 different segments, all melee, primary and secondary. It's quite self-explanatory. This section of the codex has all the different weapons that you can have, including primes, non-primes, Kuva, Tenant, Zors, kit guns, what have you. It also includes arc guns and arc melees. Okay, next, Warframes and vehicles. Again, self-explanatory. In this section you can find every single Warframe, apart from Excalibur Prime if you don't have him. So yeah. You will also find the 2 Necromechs, Voidrig and Bone Widow, and the 5 Archwings. Currently it does not have cage drives, even though it is the vehicle section. They might add it later, but they also might not. Okay, next is factions. This section has information on every enemy in each faction, including Grenadier Corpus, Invested, Miscellaneous, Orokin, Sentient, Stalker, spoilers, and even more spoilers. So, as you can see, it tells you what they're vulnerable to, their faction, their name, how much armor they have, how much health they have, how many scans you've done, the regions that they can be found on, and a little bit of information about them. This part includes enemies and conservation targets as well. So yeah. Next, Kuva Liches. This is where you will find every Kuva Lich that you have made, killed, and converted. As you can see, the 3 sections are all vanquished and converted. And we're on to Sisters of Parvos. This section is the same as the Kuva Liches. It shows you all that you have killed, converted, and have active. As you can see, it adds an extra part for the active sisters or liches there. Oh, it also tells you which ones you've traded as well. I just haven't done any Kubaliches, so I missed that on that one. It should have the same, but yeah. Whoops. Okay, onto mods. This is the encyclopedia of every single mod available in the game, including Warframe mods, Aura mods, Augment mods, Primary mods, Secondary mods, Melee mods, Stance mods, Exilus mods, Vehicle mods, Arc Gun mods, Arc Melee mods, Robotic mods, Beast mods, Railjack mods, Incomplete mods, the mods that you haven't got or haven't leveled to max, and Parazon mods, as well as Tome mods. So, there you go. Now we're on to the art gallery section. It has some art. I think it's concept art. Yeah, it has concept art for different things. You can see Grenier, ships and enemies. It also has fan art. As you can see, not going to get too far into that. And people who had won some competition who got to put animations into the game. For example, Shopper has this Stalker one. Casardis has this one with every faction. Probably available at that point. There are more now. Got the Grenier, the Corpus, the Infested, and good old Stalker. And then we've got Fire Tempests, submission of the Warframe pod and your Warframe from the cinematic. The old cinematic. So, next we've got fragments, which are all the lore bits and bobs, including Cephalon fragments, information about the origin system, and if you piece it together, Ordus tells you about his history. Got Cetus, information about Cetus. You got Gara, which has information, right? Yep, information about Gara and her backstory. You got the ghouls, with information about the ghouls and a story about a certain cat. We got the Solaris, information about them. We got the partnership, with information about amalgams.
Tenno, there's a time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
We've got the Prex cards. the tenants, information about Parvos Granum, the Lost Islands of Duviri, with information about Duviri, and then Albrecht's notes with information about Albrecht Intrati. Next we've got the Leverian, which tells the backstory of each of these frames, from Atlas to Dante, and so on. Then you got training, which will tell you how to do things like the basics of movement, the index.
So, Tenno, you think you have what it takes to be a broker on the index? Allow me to educate you.
Okay. And then it also gives information about different missions, like Railjack, Lunaro, Sabotage, and Assassination, and all that. So, that's the codex. You can get, you can scan things for the codex with 3 different things. First, in the market, there are codex scanners. One for 500 credits. You get 25 charges per one. Then you've got Helios or Helios Prime. You can get base Helios from clans, and you can get Prime Helios from relics. And then the last way is with Cephalon Samaras.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
So you need to go over to the offerings
This is how I can help you.
and get the synthesis scanner, which will work for the codex.
Knowledge must be
And if you get the upgrades, you can make it scan faster. It will recharge the synthesis scanner charges, which makes you never have to buy one again. You can get this one that will make give you a chance for a scan to count as 2 scans, and also this one, which is more of a fighting thing, which will show you the weaknesses of enemies and their resistances. So yeah, that's how you get the scanners.
knowledge is the path.
Also, once you scan them, you can go into the simulacrum and fight against them. Oh. So that's the codex. I hope you found that useful, insightful, whatnot. Oh,
Good fortune, hunter.
thank you. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and if you want to, you can leave a comment about your favourite enemy or faction, or what you want a Tenno's guide for. I'll see you next time, and see